Let's talk about Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Sam Rockwell plays the man from the future who arrives at a Norm's Diner. Yes, the Norm's Diner. And he is there to tell people that AI is about to take over the world and that the apocalypse is coming and that there's still time to thwart the apocalypse. But it requires the right combination of people in the diner. And so what he must do is he must select his team to go and battle the AI, except for the fact that he is time looping, meaning he has done this well over 100 times using different combinations of the people in the theater. So this one, he finally gets the team that he thinks is going to do it. Ingrid is played by Haley Lou Richardson, who is a young teen. Mark and Janet are kind of teachers who are involved in a secret romance. Susan, played by Juno Temple, recently lost her son at a school shooting several times. And then there's Scott and Tim, who, let's call them the red shirts. And so he grabs his team, and it is now an adventure, much like Time Bandits, where they must go and confront the AI. And that is at least the non-spoiler story of Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Yeah, it's so it goes. So Sam Rockwell leads this team. He has done this before. It's almost like a video game loop where he gets to a level but can't pass the level. He's trying to put together the best team from norms. Each person has they contribute something different as they are going on the journey. So it feels almost game-like. He's coming from the future, his dystopian future, into the past, and he's done this 117 times and failed every time, but he's picking a different group who might be able to have the skills to actually defeat this enemy, which is basically AI. I don't want to get into spoilers from the second half. You need to see this film. It's the most culturally significant action comedy of the last decade or maybe ever, because of what the film addresses. It addresses Vincent Michael Pena plays a character who's a teacher at a school where his students are always on his phone, always on their phones, and he cannot control his classroom. He's actually in fear of his students. It deals with many of the issues that we're dealing with today of social media and AI in a way that is funny, not preachy. It's real, which is why it's funny. And I mean, I plan to see it again because I want to see it with a packed crowd. I really want to see it with a crowded audience. The first time I saw it, it was just very few people in a screening room. This needs to be experienced with a big crowd. It's a crowd pleaser, fun. I think it kind of peters out a little bit at the end, and you could even interpret the ending. You can interpret the ending two ways, positive or negative. But what this movie deals with, which almost no films deal with now, no films deal with what we're experiencing, what's in the zeitgeist. And what's in the zeitgeist rings true. That's why it's funny. It's also sad. What has become of, we talk about, Gen Z and movies, the relationship to movies, the Gen Z stare, what these screens have done to culture, male-female relationships, to our lives, to students, to reading comprehension. They're going to do a study and find out that habitual use of this is worse than cigarettes. And it has damaged relationships, not just between the genders, and it's affected dating. It's affected learning with students. It's affected our politics. This movie is a warning about all of that, which we already know. But whatever messages are in it are done with comedy, not preachy. I loved it. It's on my top 10 of the year. It is very early. Look, it's the first week of February. But and so strong recommendation, 9 out of 10 for me. Recommend it. Alan, Your final verdict.
Yeah, like, yeah. I mean, I saw this January 3rd and already declared it the best movie of the year. Um, the art of this film. This is Gore Verbinski, by the way, who directed it. It starts with this 11-minute speech from Sam Rockwell, and it is engaging, and it is totally Sam Rockwell. Throughout the film, certain aspects of AI and the screens, as you mentioned, aspects of that are discussed and challenged throughout the movie. For example, people using VR glasses and how and where that is leading people. The fact that we are so hypnotized, literally, to our screens. Um, I mentioned the school shooting thing. It is that is handled in a way that starts off really uncomfortable, but then becomes satire. And it has to be seen. Then it becomes this adventure of getting from point A to point B. Being chased by who and by what? The script here is very smart. And then the ending. It all has to lead to something big and immaculate, and it does. And it handles it perfectly. This is one of the best written sci-fi movies I've seen in a very long time. And for that, it says a lot. It has fun along the way. It has great performances. I can't imagine Endgame being better than this movie.